Balance is a major theme in Ayurveda. Ayurveda practitioners talk all the time about balancing the doshas, or balancing your agni, balancing your elimination, and balancing the gunas. And this idea of balance in Ayurveda comes from the concept of harmonizing with nature, which is really right out of Sankhya philosophy, one of the philosophies Ayurveda is based on. And we find a similar theme in Chinese medicine. That symbol of the yin yang, that yin yang symbol, if you recall it, is really a picturesque way of saying all of nature's in a balance between yin and yang. And this concept of balance, even you find it even in the idea of balancing the mind, which is a kind of Buddhist concept. And balance is similar to moderation. So is balance healthy? Well, there's a bit of a paradox here, because some people say it's all about balance, and other people say you have to follow your passions. And which of those statements is right? In some sense, they're mutually exclusive, right? If you're following your passions, you're not totally balanced. And so, which do you do? Follow your balance, follow your passions, or be balanced all the time? Well, let's get into it. Proponents of balance say, yes, we should be balanced, and they give many reasons for that. And one of the, I think, the strongest reasons for balance comes from this idea of homeostasis in the body, which is that your body wants to be in this stable equilibrium, and balance is associated with stability. So what are some examples of homeostasis in the body? Your temperature being constant at 98.6 degrees, or the pH of your blood being 7.35 to 7.45, or your heart rate remaining constant, your blood pressure, the levels of sugar, fats, and proteins in your blood, your level of hydration, having balanced electrolytes. There's so many examples where your body wants to maintain balance and maintain homeostasis. And that's because the body is physical. It's like a flower in the garden. You want to water it regularly. Proponents of balance also say that balance helps with temperance. It tempers a person's passions and protects them from overindulgence, such as eating too much ice cream, for example. And we see this in the concept of having a balanced diet. Balance can also temper a person's passion for an idea. If a person is really passionate about a political point of view, for example, balance could moderate that a bit. And the idea of moderation is very appealing to politicians because extremes and extreme opinions tend to be disruptive. And so balance is a rule of thumb a politician may follow to conform to social norms or to keep harmony in society. Politicians are famous for not wanting to rock the boat. And by not holding strong opinions, no one can criticize you, right? So proponents will say that in balance, there is some conformity to the status quo, some stability, some harmony, and that people can shun people who don't conform to this status quo or who seem to be imbalanced. And this can be logical, right? If you have a strong opinion that's different from other people, you want to really examine your basis for that. Maybe you're right and you should stick to your guns. Or maybe, you should humbly rethink your opinions and see, are you seeing the big picture? Are you missing something? And so it can be logical to desire that conformity as well. Well, what do the critics say? The critics would probably acknowledge that, yeah, it's true that, for the body, homeostasis is really important and really healthy. I don't think there's much debate on that. And that it's true at times for the mind, too. This idea that we want to have a relatively balanced mind on some level is important. But there are other areas of the mind where we don't want to be moderate. Like, for example, I don't want to moderately tell the truth. Right? I want to always tell the truth. I don't want to be moderately good. I always want to be good, right? I want to perfect goodness and truth. And so balance is sometimes, great for the mind, but other times perhaps not. What about the heart? Well, the heart is the organ of the body where I think balance is most problematic, right? Because the nature of our heart is to be passionate, is to be filled with passionate. I don't want to love moderately. I want to love greatly. I don't want to be, courage also comes from the heart. I don't want to be moderately courageous. I want to be very courageous. And so the heart, the very nature of the heart is to be passionate. The heart has a mission, right? We want to live a life of purpose, live a life of meaning. And we never want to be moderately meaningful experiences, right? So should, and then there are various issues that we would never want to pursue moderately either, right? Like if slavery were legal in our society, I wouldn't want to try to end slavery moderately, right? Basic human rights or curing disease. I wouldn't want to advocate for these issues in a moderate way. I wouldn't want to pursue them in a balanced way. I would want to pursue them wholeheartedly with my whole person. And so a critic of balance would say that balance can be a little aloof or a little indifferent, a little passionless, a little robotic, and even a little analytical. This idea that we can kind of step back from the world and analyze it and interact with it only from this aloof, balanced perspective leaves something to be desired. Exuberance is a delightful thing. Courage, passion, and magnanimity are all very delightful things. And this is exactly why Ralph Waldo Emerson said that we should be moderate in all things, especially in moderation, right? That one of the things that we have to moderate is moderation itself, because the virtues are not something that you want to moderate. I don't want to... I want to pursue the good, the true, and the beautiful perfectly and passionately. So in conclusion, balance is an important concept for physical health. It preserves homeostasis, which the body likes. The heart, on the other hand, is an organ of passion. So, should you be balanced? Is it all about balance? Or should you follow your passion? We'll leave it up to you to decide.